Another day, another dollar, the easy corner. You know how I grind. So many people been waiting for episodes like this, man. So, my guest, my alma mater, Elkins High School. If you guys don't know about him, you guys better read about him in some papers because he did big things in the district. Because right now we're talking to the district offensive MVP, Elkins Jr., Mr. Josh Fanuiel. How you doing today, man? I know it's coronavirus, so how you getting self-quarantined?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just staying in the house, trying to get some work in. We can't go to the gyms or nothing like that, so just doing what I can.
Man, Elkins, man. Just talk about your squad. Of course, we know Jacoby Harris, Shane Bell, freshman Chris Johnson. So just talk about your team and just talk about, the season. Did it go the way that you wanted?
I mean, it didn't really go like the way I wanted. We lost first round of Morton Range. That was a good game. But coming into the season, it wasn't really a lot of experience on the court. Like a lot of us, it was only like three or four returning varsity people that came back this year. Only two of us really played last year with Stretch and Colin and all them. So it was really only two of us that played with them last year, which is me and Jacoby. And, Caleb Cheers played with us too a little. But so on the court at all times, there's a lot of inexperienced people. So it took a while for us to, gel and get back together, get just the team chemistry together with each other and stuff like that. So towards the end of the season, second half of district is when it started clicking and we all started just being on the same page. So by next year, it was – Coach Thomas know what he's doing. He set it up perfect. This season, it didn't go as planned, but it was a good learning lesson.
Man, just talk about, that fourth round – well, not the fourth round, but, you guys were the 4th seed and y'all played Morton Ranch. Just the way that game went, it could have just went either way. So kind of just talk about how, what do you guys take away from that game, playing like a great team like that?
I mean, we knew the position we put ourselves in that we knew we was going to have to play them about the middle of the district. We knew we was going to have to play Morton Ranch first round. There was no doubt about that. We knew, so we prepared. We knew, of course, LJ, of course, Eddie Lemke, we're going to have to contain because Eddie had just got back healthy. We knew we were going to have to guard both of them. So we just knew we had to play hard and play tough. We knew we could win. During the game, I think we got up, the fourth quarter, we got up by 3 or something like that. It was the same thing, just simple mistakes, just let them get the lead back. So we put Shane Bell, my dude, Shane Bell, we put him on LJ. He contained him to 22 points. And that's good for LJ. 22 points from LJ Cryer. That's doing – he did good. So that was the goal, just really contain LJ and stop Eddie. Eddie did his thing too. We just got to it was a good learning tool. Now we know how to guard more than one good player on the court. It'll be good for next year.
Talk about playing for Coach Thomas, a guy that's been at Elkins for a very long time. I've been knowing Coach Thomas since 2007. So just talk about what he just expects from his teams year in and year out, because obviously you're a player that played for him last year, and now you became like an undisputed leader this year, along with Jacoby. Just talk about what's his expectations every time y'all step into practice.
Oh, every time. How some coaches, they have a little – some day they might be feeling good one day, so it's a little lenient. Coach Thomas, no, every day is going hard. Every day. Going hard every day. No lackadaisical. He don't expect nothing but the best from you. Once you show him what you can do, he not taking nothing less. He a real tough guard-out coach.
You've made a big jump this year, a big jump. Last year, you played more in the role. This year, you became the guy. So what really clicked for you? Was it a conversation over the summer with your team and coach, or it was just you working on your game all summer, knowing that, okay, I know that great players like Colin Warren is not there, Stretch Williams is not here, Tyler Caligari moved on, Jamarcus Bell is not there. What was that conversation like coming into this season and you just having an outburst being the offensive MVP of the district?
Really, when I've always felt like I had the ability to do it, but being like last year, Stretch, Colin, Tyler, JB, they used to always just tell us like the same thing I was telling my younger people this year. We just need you to play your role as of right now. So that's what they told me. They taught me that, and when they left, they was telling me like it's your time, like it's your time to do what you can do. We knew you could do it this year, but you know it was our year. Now it's your time. So they all four of them used to talk to me, just tell me it's your time to show what you can do what you can do. So it was just a lot just going into the role. I knew I could do it. I just had to. It was just my time to step up.
Because, like I said, I didn't go to a single Elkins game this year. The last time I really saw y'all play, was in the Super 16. I took a lot of stock out of that, and you know, it was you could see glimpses, but we didn't know what the complete package was gonna be. So you know, down this stretch when y'all took those tough L's early and some tough L's like in January, but y'all started finding your stride towards the back end of the district. What do you tell your team, knowing that you know Elkins is a program that really hasn't gone through a stretches. They don't go through stretches like that.
Yeah, well, it was a lot like you know, as me and you we talked about before. Once that loss to Clemens happened, everybody just started just talking. You know, nobody was really trying. Like you said, you ain't go to the Elkins game once you heard about the Clemens loss. So we just knew we had to. We had to work for what we wanted because it wasn't gonna get handed to us. Like Elkins always gonna have a target on their back for how they used to be. So coming into every game, everybody's trying to beat us, and they know they're gonna give us our best efforts. So we had to just flip the switch, and just know like it's nothing gonna be easy. Practice had to get harder. We had to stop BSing in practice. Practice had to get harder. We had to start holding people accountable. Young freshman Chris had to start holding him accountable. He had to learn that his role is just not to be the good freshman no more. It's time for, you know what I'm saying? It's time for you to come on with it. So it was just time to just keep everybody. We just had to keep everybody accountable and just get ready for playoffs. We knew we had more than range and we was close.
I'm a big fan of Jacoby Harris. Talk about how is it like playing with him, because to me he's a guy that he's a no-nonsense guy. He's a leader. He's a backbone of a team. You know, what you see in the stat sheet necessarily doesn't show up like in a game. Like you know what I'm saying? Like what he does in the game doesn't show up on a stat sheet. What's that conversation like this past summer, knowing that, you know, he's the only starter that legitimately returned? What was it like? Because in my view, it just looked like, okay, Jacoby might have to be the leading scorer, but taking a step back and letting you do your thing, what's the conversation like?
Well, Jacoby, he was like you said, he'd been on varsity since freshman year, so he had the most experience coming into season this year. Yeah, him and Shane they was both on varsity freshman year. I didn't come to Elkins till my sophomore year, so okay. Last year was my first year. I was at Ridgepoint my freshman year. So, but yeah, playing with Jacoby, there's a lot of stuff that people don't see. They don't see scoring. You know, he might drop you 10, 12, but what a lot of people don't see is he changes the game. He changes the way he defends and the way he holds everybody accountable. Like that's one dude where like you might have to be like shit. Like, you know, like we had to learn. I had to learn that even just last year. Like like holding everybody accountable. Like don't take stuff to heart, because he gonna tell you when you not playing hard or when you know what I'm saying. As you can see, he a tough nosed guard. He gonna guard. Because it's just
Keep going.
What you say?
I said keep going.
You know, I was just saying how all this playing with him is real good. You always know we need somebody to guard. It's gonna be Jacoby. He gonna turn the game up. He gonna sit on their best ball handler for sure.
How bad was it a robbery when you figured out he didn't make all district first team?
I knew it was a little something, but he ain't played the first half of the district to some circumstances. But I knew that's what it had to be. He had some circumstances first half of the district. Okay. So they can only they can only have the second. He only played the second half of the district, and it's a district reward. So I knew they couldn't just give him the first half, but he for sure deserved it for sure.
Talk about some other players on your team that we don't know about, other than, you know, we know like the four starters. Like we know when it comes down we've heard about you. We've heard about Shay and Jacoby, and we all know about Mr. Chris Johnson. What kind of the freshman year, the freshmen coming in. Talk about the others on your team, because I know that there's guys that's putting in work. If you go to Elkins, you're gonna put in work with Albert Thomas as a coach.
Yeah. Of course. We got Caleb Cheers. I know you probably heard about him. Caleb Cheers. He real. I think he's been on varsity since his sophomore year. So that's a 3-year start. The 3-year dude we had this year. Caleb came in and played. He came for football, so when he came in, he had played a big role. He real good. He gonna get with you. He a real good big man. He hold everybody accountable just like him. He don't take nothing. We also got we got Blake Thomas. He played football.
Okay.
Yeah. Him and Jordan Robinson. They both came from football too. They both gonna be a big help this year. They was a big help. A big help next year. There was a big help this year with everything, but they just go under the radar because they don't really, they might have their little games, but people don't see what they do. They do a lot for us. J-Rob with the boards, J-Rob with the hustling. Blake got one of the best straps on the team. He played hard.
Yeah.
So we need Blake. Towards the end of the year, we started putting Blake on our best people. Unfortunately, he was hurt during the Morton Ranch game, so we're gonna put him on the LJ. Mm-hmm. But we put Blake on our best scores, on their best scores, and Blake, he stepped up to the challenge from day one.
AAU. JL3 last year? Was it JL3 or JL3 to Team Harden, right?
Yeah, it was JL3 to Team Harden, yeah.
Talk about that experience, on the EYBL circuit, and then all of a sudden going to Team Harden. Of course, James Harden is one of the best players in the league, but you're able to play on the Adidas Gauntlet. Talk about your summer, knowing that what you had to prepare for and how those two programs actually helped and develop your game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Playing with JL3, John Lucas, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. People that's been to Lucas, they know what's up with Lucas. Workouts, the Fondy. It get real big, real hard up in there. So they really tried their best to prepare us for the EYBL. We went to 2 sessions, I believe. We went to the Atlanta and Dallas, went 2 sessions, and then that was it for us. So yeah, but it was the EYBL is just a different experience, different atmosphere. Come in the gym. Like I was explaining to some of the dudes on my team, walk in the gym, somebody's getting dunked on the EYBL. Like, court media everywhere on the floor. It was just a good experience. Like, that's probably what got me really ready for the role I had to play this year, was playing on them big time circuits. So after that, playing with Team Harden on the Adidas Gauntlet, I went to play 3 times with them, 2 times on the circuit. It was 2 circuit tournaments I played with them. 1 time was in Oklahoma. It was a shift. It was a shift from the EYBL, but it's the same thing. Good players. Good players on every circuit. People try to just say the EYBL is where it's at, but you can get it's work everywhere. It's players out here everywhere. So seeing it, because I was one of the dudes that used to say EYBL. Okay, we're gonna go to the Adidas Gauntlet. Okay, it's work everywhere. It's gonna be work on the Adidas Gauntlet too. Compton Magic, Atlanta Celtics. It's work. Yeah. So, it was a good experience with Team Harden too. They get you, like, I'm playing with them this year too. They get you ready. They don't take a lot of BS too. We work.
Shane Bell. Every year I feel like there's been an improvement for him, but this year I really think that it clicked for him. A guy that's going to go ahead and play hard, a 3-and-D guy. Mm-hmm. Talk about the improvements that he's made from when you seen him a year ago to now this year. Talk about the improvement and what was his mindset going in.
I've been on Shane for about half my life, since about first grade. So the proof I see out of everybody, I see the improvement for sure. From a dude that was scared to shoot the ball, hesitating to shoot the ball, to a gunner, to somebody, if we need a shot, if it's not me, if it's not Jacoby, Shane, even if it's, not just like 1, 2, 3, then Shane. Shane, if we need a shot, we're going to give it to Shane too. Shane, he really improved. He got really – it's the same thing with me. Just had to step into the role. It was just time with losing Colin the stretch. Tyler, Jamarcus. He stepped into his role and just was ready to play ball. Really, he improved a lot. Yeah, he worked for it. He knew the doubts people had in him. We talk about it. He knew people doubted him. He knew people didn't think he was just that dude. But it clicked for him around the preseason tournaments when he started getting a little notice. And then when it was time, he showed up. He was ready to hoop this season. He improved a lot. Real proud of my boy.
What I would say is last year, I'm gonna sit back to last year when you were playing with Stretch, Colin, and Jamarcus and Tyler. What do you take away from those guys last year? Knowing that, you know what I'm saying, knowing that I believe that was a state team. I believe y'all should have been in San Antonio, but North Shore happened. I'm not going to take anything away from them that day. But playing with players like that, and you came from Ridge Point, so shifting there, obviously you're a new kid, but you automatically play on varsity as a sophomore. There's very few sophomores that actually make varsity under Coach Thomas. But watching those players work the way they work, the way the Elkins way, the way they defend, what did they teach you? And and because obviously that's a big reason why the way you played this year.
The first thing, so coming in sophomore year, the first thing they used to tell me is if you don't guard, you're not touching the floor. That's the first thing they say. If you don't play defense, you're not touching the floor. Because I used to come to little open gyms and let people just get tired, let them blow past me. And they used to Stretch, Colin, Tyler, JB used to talk to me. They used to tell me you got to guard. Like this not Ridge Point. This Coach Thomas. If you want to play, you have to guard. He don't care. You can have 30, but if you're not dropping 30 and 10 rebounds, that's the only excuse for you not to guard if you're that tired. But if you're not doing that, you better guard. You have to guard. Everything with Coach Thomas is defense. He don't care about points, none of that. He don't care if it's a leader score, none of that. He wants you to guard. So they just really installed that in me this year. Installed that into me since I got there. Playing with them just get you better. Like, that's probably another thing that got me ready. That upped my game, just playing with them every day in practice, playing with them in game. Same thing from all four of them. They really hold everybody accountable, especially Stretch and Jamarcus. They don't really – they real tough nose. So they get you – they don't tell you about yourself. They don't let you know when you BS, and they don't let you know when you playing good. But, them the big bros. They real – just playing with them is just – it's different. A lot of people don't get the chance to play with people like them, like learn from people like them, learn from a UT community, McNeese State commit. Like, them boys, they know what they talking about. I really appreciate them and what they do to teach me a lot.
Chris Johnson, heralded freshman. Everybody, we at least a top two, the top three freshmen in this city. I've heard about him. I've heard about him. But he's came to Lake Olympia Open Gyms. What's the ceiling for this guy? Because I think that's a guy that, you could be the offense MVP, but you look at a guy like that, if he gets it together, he can walk out a district MVP. What do you say?
Yeah.
So, knowing that he was coming to Elkins, what's that conversation like with him? Because I know Jacoby's a no-nonsense. Shane is a dog. Mm-hmm. You still got football players who don't take no nonsense, and you got yourself. What's the conversation as soon as you know a freshman is coming to play varsity ball and getting some good minutes? What's the conversation?
I knew Chris before he came here. So I had heard through, like, the grapevine that he was coming to Elkins and stuff like that. So he came to open gym one day. One day I was just up there putting up shots one day in the summer, and we was just talking, and he was telling me, like, yeah, I don't know, I'm debating, blah, 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 blah. And I just told him, like, you could come, like, you good, bro, but it's going to be work. Like, it's going to be, like, I know I say that a lot, but that's how it is at Elkins. Like, it's work. I kept telling him, like,
of course.
Yeah, like, I was like, you can come here, bro, but you gonna have to work. And he was worried about, am I gonna be on varsity? I'm gonna be on Chris. Bro. Just come. Like, bro, we got you, bro. Just come. If you want to come, you can come, bro. You gotta get ready to work. So, he came to open gym, and he surprised a lot of people. So, when it was time for fifth period, first week of school, everybody knew what it was. They knew he a freshman, but he can hoop with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. He a
So
freshman.
in that summer, no doubt that you knew that. Okay, he's playing varsity. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure. Losing stretch to Marcus and them, and I was for sure. He's playing varsity. I was telling him, he was asking me about it. He was debating between, I think, Elkins and Hightower, and I was telling him, I was like, bro, Elkins is where you want to be, bro. Hightower already got they got their seniors, they got Bryce. You know what I'm saying? You want to come here? Come on, like this way. If you want to put your name, you already on the map. If you want to put it more on the map, and for other years when we leave, keep going on the map for Elkins. Come to Elkins, bro. Like, so he already knew. There was no doubt he was on varsity when we seen him.
In the beginning, it looked like a struggle for him, but there were you saw the glimpses of like what his potential. But when you're a freshman on varsity, what do you tell him when he's going through those walls? Because at the end of the day, this ain't middle school. It don't matter who you are. It's a different breed once you step in between the lines with high school. What do you tell him when he's going through woes like that, knowing that he's a talented freshman and he has expectations as soon as he walks into a school like Elkins? What do you tell him? Like what do you tell him as a leader?
I was just telling him, like, don't let it get to your head and stuff. Like, you still gotta work just because you're a freshman on varsity. You still gotta work and just. I know it's a big role to fill. Like freshman year, you're still learning everybody, and he jumped to the role as in I'm a starter on varsity. I gotta help. I gotta contribute. It's not like I can learn. He had to learn real quick. One of the things I used to tell him about what was different was the stands, like the crowd. Like I used to tell him, like, it's gonna get to you. Just don't let it get to you, because he used to his favorite thing was he used to say all the time, when the stands is there, I play better. And like I used to tell him, like, Chris, it's different, bro. Like when it's a rivalry game, when it's a playoff game, it's different, bro. Like it hit me different last year. Like, and I didn't even start. Like, I was a sophomore, not starting 6-man coming off the bench. I'm telling you, it's gonna hit you different, bro. And you starting as a freshman, it ain't really clicked to him to Morton Ranch game. I told him, I said, we're playing Morton Ranch in Katy, bro. I said, you're going to see in the Murrell Center. I said, was it the Murrell Center or was it?
Yeah, it's Murrell Center. Murrell Center.
Yeah, the Murrell Center, in Katy. I said, we're playing Morton Ranch in their home. I said, all right, Chris. I said, you're going to see. It was just funny because afterwards he was telling me, like, bro, you was right. I know, but it's a lot. But by next year, the years before that, because I know they got some good players coming. So once we leave, or even next year, he's for sure ready now. He a good player.
You got some people that go to Fort Settlement Middle School, man, that's trying to arrive and play for Coach Thomas. I'm gonna shout out Bryce. I'm gonna shout out your cousin Justin. Yeah, so like, as you see, like, the next generation of Elkins guys, knowing in Fort Settlement that's coming to play for Elkins, what do you tell them?
Forget everything that you learned in middle school. Forget what AAU telling you. Just come in with an open mind. Just listen to Coach Thomas. Don't talk back. Just get ready to work. Like you said, Justin and Bryce, they like my little bros. Justin, my blood cousin. So I talk to them about it all the whenever I get to see him. We talk about Elkins and stuff. So I know Justin's for sure coming. I know he's bringing some of his AAU friends with him. So I'm gonna tell him the same thing. I'm your cousin and stuff, but when we walk in the court, I can't protect you from Thomas. It's either you gonna have to do what you gonna have to just listen. I'm gonna tell him you gonna have to just all y'all gonna have to just listen to what Thomas is saying and just get ready to work.
How much do you value Coach Thomas, man? Because I think that's the myth, the legend of Coach Thomas is just the legend of Coach Thomas. Like when you walk into Elkins, we know who's running the show. Like, he don't need you. He'll look at you in the face and say, I don't need you. I'll find a way. Mm-hmm. Time after time. Yeah. What do you take away from a guy, from a man like that, knowing that every day he's a competitor? He is just as competitor as every player. To me, he's the most competitive coach in this city. Like, he is the most competitive coach, and I don't even blink my eyes twice about it. Explain to these people that don't know. I know. So explain to the people that don't know.
Man, Coach Thomas compete, man. It don't matter. Like I said in the beginning of the interview, when how some coaches you came off a big win or something, we gonna relax today. No, you don't get no rest with Coach Thomas. He a real good coach, and like I think you said something about value. I value Coach Thomas a lot. He was one of the main reasons why I left Ridgepoint and came here, because I just knew what he could bring to me, what he can do. And he another big part of how my game changed. We talk all the time, and he gonna keep it straight up with you. He gonna tell you. He'll tell you to your face, like, don't get big headed. We'll do it with it. We'll do it with you. We'll do it without you. Like he said that to Stretch. He'll say it to Colin. He was saying it to everybody. He said it to me this year. He'll tell you, and you can't take that in your heart, because it's all love with Coach Thomas. He just wants the best out of you. Like I said, he ain't gonna take nothing less.
And it's funny that you say that, because the way I see it, Jacoby's damn near the miniature him. like when I just sit on the floor, so like I can tell that relationship is good, but probably conflicting at times because they're both competitors. But like, do you see it in Jacoby? A little bit of Coach Thomas and Jacoby?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. Jacoby's a miniature Coach Thomas when it comes to competing. The same thing. They don't take no breaks off. No, they both ready to compete at every time, all times. That's probably what changed Jacoby into Coach Thomas for sure got Jacoby into because Jacoby always guarded, but Coach Thomas put Jacoby in Jacoby. Like Jacoby is Coach Thomas in the flesh. Really, it's real. It's real. It get real with Jacoby and Coach Thomas. They like twins, man.
What's going on with recruitment? Because obviously AAU is kind of on the downslide. We don't know the final with recruitment. We know AAU. We don't know what's going to happen. We really just don't know. So as 2021, knowing that this is a year that you probably need, what's the recruitment looking like, man?
I've talked to a couple coaches, probably about 5. I didn't talk to them. A lot of them we just talked about like the live period, talked about them seeing me play again and stuff like that. And for sure the live period was gonna open it up. That's gonna open up a lot of people for the whole city, really, all of 2021. It was our time. The 2 live periods back-to-back weekends in April, then the live period in the summer. That was everybody's time. So recruitment, I hope they just bring it back. I hope they just bring back the 2 sessions we missed on because I'm with the Team Hard on 3 SSB, 3 strikes. It's a new one. I think it's a form of the gauntlet, but it's called 3 SSB. It's the top 28 gauntlet teams from last year. It's like It's not the same gauntlet. It's 28 top teams. So every game is competitive. I know we had Team Harden. We had the first live period. The second game we had Compton Magic live 7:45 main floor. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was gonna be a big time recruitment for all of us. You know, on my team is Jonathan Massey, Griffin Datcher. You know, there's a lot of people like that. Gerald Dokes. There's a lot of people we had. Yeah, there's a lot of people we had that relied on this recruitment. So I hope it's just open back up for everybody. I hope this is all over by summertime at least.
Yeah. Next year, your senior year, your final year, man. Like when you think about your high school career in a nutshell, and what you've like accomplished so far, what's the goal? What is really going? Because everybody's going. I know one of them is state, but personally, like, what's the goal?
Like you said, it's state for sure. But I just want to just keep improving and get to college. That's really the end goal for me, is to go take basketball as far as I can get it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they want to hold themselves accountable to this. I just want myself accountable as me being the best me I could be in this sport. I didn't play this sport my whole life for me to end. I ain't trying to have it end in my senior year. So like you said, senior year, I'm just trying to get as best as I get the most out of it as I can. Just make sure my parents don't got to pay for college. That's the end result. That is state.
My last question before we get out of here. Give me it. Don't even include yourself. Well, never mind. I got 2 more questions. Give me your top 5 NBA players of all time. Give me your top 5 players right now in the league and give me 4 2021 guards in this. 2021 players that you feel is the best or who you would run with.
All right, so all-time NBA. I'm gonna go ahead and just break down the top 3. LeBron, Jordan, and Kobe for sure.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna add Olajuwon, and I'm gonna add Russell. I'm gonna add Bill Russell.
Okay.
For sure.
Historian.
So,
I like it. This generation gets away from the history. I'm a dream guy. I always think, give me Hakeem as the best center of all time. I'm a Hakeem guy. So I love the historian that you know the game. Okay.
Yeah. Now the top 5 inside right now, I'm gonna go with, of course, LeBron is my favorite player. LeBron, healthy KD, Giannis. I'm gonna go with Luka. Giannis, Luka, LeBron. I don't know, and I'm gonna have to go with Kawhi. That boy Kawhi. That's not no order. That's just top 5. Kawhi.
So I got a question though. So I got a question about that. You play for Team Harden, but he's not in your top 5?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking. Oh yeah, for sure, Harden. He scores when he wants, man. He unreal. He unreal. I don't even know why I put Luka before Harden. That was Luka learned from Harden. That's Harden. That's Harden's play style. So yeah, Harden top 5 for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna separate that 2021 question. I'm gonna want you to give me the guys that you would run with, but who are the top 5 2021 players in your eyes? If you had to, in the city, in your eyes, and be truthful. I don't want to hear no biasness. I want to know the top 5 2021 players in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm keeping real with you. I don't sugarcoat a lot of stuff. I'm gonna go with me for sure.
Okay.
Of course, I'm gonna go with me. I'm gonna go with my boy G-Dax, Griffin Datcher.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Jonathan Massey, John.
Okay. Hey man, you better not be naming all these everybody from Team Harden.
No. That's for real. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go with Caleb Stewart. And then, man, it's gonna have to be Will Young or Ramon Walker for no. That's no order. It's gonna have to be Will Young or Ramon Walker for me.
Okay, so my problem with that list a little bit. My boy Big Deuce.
Deuce Spidery, the big dude.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a lot of good players in 2021. It's hard.
No. I don't know. I can give it, but no, you're this though. I can see it. I can deal with it. I can definitely. Yeah. Because
it's a lot.
Like I like Deuce. I'm a Juice guy too. Damari.
Damari.
Yeah. So I like him too. So, but give me guys that you would run with.
I'll run with Will Young. I'll run with Will. Will as my point guard.
Mm-hmm.
I roll with me. Well, why did I say me? Will Young. I roll in with Deuce. Me, Will, Deuce. I run with John.
Okay.
I need a shooter. I want a lethal shooter. I want that shooter from my Tasasita. What's his name? I think Ashby something. I don't
Ashby?
know. Man.
Hold on. So I got a question. Instead of Ashby, what about Mr. RJ King?
Oh yeah, or RJ, my boy RJ. Yeah, we can do RJ too. I just want a shooter. We need a shot. We gonna give it to you, man.
Yeah. No, I like Ashby though. Ashby can knock down some shots.
Yeah, you can't leave Ashby open. But yeah, RJ, I play with RJ too. RJ got to knock down the strap for sure. He do everything. But yeah, 2021 loaded with talent. It's really hard. Everybody's gonna have a different top 5, really. I just did what came to my head first. There's a lot of 2021 out. I can make I can do a different list for it. They all, you know what I'm saying, all right here. But yeah. That's just yeah.
No. It's an impressive list. And then my last thing is this, bro. Is there like personally, what's the message that you just really trying to deliver to the city, man, as a basketball player? Because honestly, I'm going to be the first one to sit here and tell you the truth. People have to convince me that they saw this coming from you this year. From literally the man to the offensive MVP in the Fort Bend district, one of the top districts in the state. Do you know so you know what I'm saying? So what's really just the message that you really just trying to deliver to the city and even the state of Texas, man?
Man, I'm just working, man. I don't really get involved with a whole bunch of I ain't never really got involved with rankings and stuff like that. I didn't always just kept a cool head about that. But I'm working. I just want if that's what I have to tell somebody, I just let them know. You gonna see it through my game. You know, I don't really gotta. I ain't no social media dude. You know what I'm saying? Offensive MVP, as you can see, I'm not finna talk. I'm gonna just work. That's all I do. I'm just working. I'm gonna come for mine. I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna do what it takes.
What are we expecting from the Elkins Knights next year?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we gonna be ready. Ain't no losing the Clements no more. Cause after that loss, it went down. Nobody was really rocking with us no more. It was I'm walking into different schools and hearing about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no more of that. We gonna stay contender for sure.
I appreciate it, man. Any shout outs? Any shout outs? Anything that you want to say, man? Because I appreciate you actually coming on though, because I be trying to find some of these talent, but they never want to sit down and talk to me, bro. So, like, I appreciate you willing to talk to me, man.
You know, I'm messing with you, man. Nah, man, just shout out Coach Thomas. Shout out, actually, well, Shane Bell. He knew I was coming on here from your tweet, and he told me to shout him out. Shout out Shane. Shout out.
Hey, listen. I'll tell you what. In a couple of weeks, we can do this again with Shane, with you and Shane together.
Yeah. Me, Shane, Jacoby.
Yes, you and Shane and Jacoby. And we're going to find out who because that's what I've really been waiting for. Because I really think Jacoby been ducking me. Every time I see him, I try to shake his hand. He be just getting pissed. I'm like, bro, what did I do?
He a coach. Oh, snap.
No.
You see me? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we all good. Yeah.
I'm saying, Coach, like I said, Coach Jacoby, he another Coach Thomas, man. You never gonna know. You never gonna know what you gonna get.
I know.
You might just catch him in bad moods.
No. I feel like every time I go around him though, because I think he always thinks that I'm counting him out. I'm like, bro, listen. I'm a big Elkins fan as anybody, so I always hold you guys to high expectations. The last like two years, I chose y'all to go to state. This is the only year I really didn't choose y'all to go. I'm like, I don't know. But next year for sure, I said, because somebody asked me, matter of fact, Principal Schultz. Shout out my boy, man, Principal Schultz. I looked him and I looked Coach Thomas straight in the face, and I can't sit here and lie. I looked him in the face and I told him, y'all not winning district this year. I think the 5-year run is over. And they said, how long is this gonna last? Oh, I said it's going to last 1 year. Y'all gonna be back on top next year. So I predicted it because I just felt like I know Justin Hill was on a mission, and at that time, Bush had made the 5th round, and people were coming back. But I didn't see this coming from Ridgeport. I didn't see this coming from Ridgeport. I think nobody did. But like, that's really what happened. But Mr. Offensive MVP, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. The Easy Corner. Follow the Easy Corner on Instagram. Easy Corner. Go ahead, Josh, man. Throw out your Twitter, man. Get your follows up, man.
Just add me. I think it's _J Bug. 2 O's, 2 G's, man. Just go ahead and follow that, man. Shout out my boy Will Young. Shout out my boy
Will Young. Hey, listen. Hey. Will Young's my dude, bro. I love that dude, bro.
You're a dog, man. That's my.
Yeah. So man. Also, man, follow the Easy Corner on Twitter. Easy_corner1. This episode will be on YouTube. I don't know when, but it'll be on this week. So like, Just follow it, man. I appreciate you. Man, anytime, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, easy.
All right, man.
All right, bro.